Hello and welcome to the day ahead. It's Thursday, January the 12th. I'm Andrew Gagan. Well, global equities rose overnight as investors pinned their hopes on favourable US inflation data and positive earnings. US stocks were led higher by gains in the Nasdaq on expectations for investors. Tomorrow's CPI reading could give the Fed room to ease its pace of interest rate hikes. Most S&P 500 sectors were higher, with real estate and consumer discretionary leading the gains. Shares in airlines such as American and Spirit lifted on the resumption of flights following a nationwide ground stop imposed by the Federal Aviation Administration over a computer issue that forced a 90-minute halt to all US departing flights. More than 8,000 flights were delayed, more than 1,200 cancelled in the largest grounding since the September 11 terrorist attacks. Retailer Bed Bath & Beyond continued to surge despite dire quarterly results, as some investors speculate that the retailer, which is considering bankruptcy, could be a potential takeover target. And beyond the inflation report, investors are awaiting the beginning of US earnings season on Friday, with results from big banks such as Bank of America, JP Morgan Chase, Wells Fargo and Citigroup. Well, the US Consumer Price Index report, which is due out tonight, is forecast to show inflation grew 6.5% year on year in December. That's according to forecasts, moderating from a 7.1% rise in November. Boston Fed leader Susan Collins has said she's inclined to raise interest rates by a quarter percentage point at the central bank's next meeting, saying, "I think 25 or 50 would be reasonable. I'd lean at this stage to 25, but it's very data dependent." Longer dated Treasury yields have fallen ahead of the CPI report. Yields on the 10-year note down to 3.57% and the 2-year close to 4.25%. In currencies, the US dollar index is up marginally. The Aussie dollar edged up to more than 69 US cents. As you can see, it's currently at 69.1. That is off the back of that November CPI read, which showed inflation increased to 7.3%. And politics is threatening to undermine the US economy, with the new Republican majority in the House of Representatives contemplating brinkmanship over the debt ceiling. Newly elected Speaker Kevin McCarthy has signalled he would seek to use the debt limit standoff to enact spending cuts and reduce the national debt. So, to the local share market, it is set for another positive start. ASX Futures currently up 0.8%. Oil prices have risen 3% to a one-week high on hopes of an improved global economic outlook, on top of concerns over those impact of sanctions on Russian crude output. That's despite a surprise build-up in US crude inventories. And gold prices were steady, having touched an 8-month high this week. Investor sentiment remains positive in the crypto market, with Bitcoin trading around $17,500 US. And that is your day ahead. We'll see you again tomorrow.